little better? All right, cool. So let me turn the gain up a little bit. Okay, talking. All right, cool. So let me turn the gain up a little bit. Okay, talking. So, yeah, once again, welcome back. Thank you very much for hanging in there with me. It's so good to see everybody live here. So basically, I just wanted to kind of get back and talk to everybody and let everybody know how life has been and how my psoriasis has been. As you can see, with my psoriasis on my arms here, much better, much lighter colored. I've been on medication for quite some time now. Plus, you know, I've been scrubbing, I've been using the sea salts, the dead sea salts, and all sorts of things, and it's been helpful. Excuse me. So, if you have any questions, please go ahead and just ask it in the chat. I will go ahead and answer it at any time I can. I will. Otherwise, I'll just start talking and telling you how my last year has been. So, essentially, I would say since my last video, I did my last video was almost exactly a year ago. I was scratching. Here, I can pull it up real quick. So this was my last video. This is what my skin looked like. And as you can see, it was still very, very much flaky and dry and nasty and red. Yeah, that's, I mean, I don't even look anything like that. I would let you see my legs here. I can't reach that high up. I'll show that to you in another video or at some point. But looking at my arms again, let's go back to this full-size cam. You know, it's not even the same look or texture even. So yeah, so I'm extremely happy to not have so much psoriasis. That being said, some major life changes have occurred within the past couple of months, and my insurance is going to no longer be in effect because I am no longer employed at the firm that I was working with. So that being said, I don't know how insurance is going to work going forward. This medication is super expensive without insurance. And so I may be going back to this old stuff. I may not be. It just depends on how where life takes me now. With that being said, as well, you know, I can still scratch. I can still scratch my skin, and I still get flakes, and it's just not nearly as present. As you can see, as I'm scratching, it becomes a little more present that it's there. The sea salt. Can the sea salts be used on the scalp with a full head of hair? Yeah, sure. Of course, you can use them on your scalp. Whether or not it's going to all soak into the scalp, obviously, some of it's going to get stuck on your hair. That's going to be an issue. But yeah, you may need to use a little bit more to make sure that you've got your whole scalp covered. Yeah, so am I going to stop taking the meds? I may be forced to stop taking the meds. I don't know. You know, being unemployed at the moment, I've started my own firm, or solo firm, if you will, solo practice in doing taxes and accounting. So, you know, if I can earn enough money, then yeah, sure, I'll get back on proper health insurance and get going and get back on the medication. But for now, like I said, it's unknown. I'm currently on Colorado Medicaid for the time being. I haven't visited a doctor yet, but as far as I know, that stuff is going to be a lot less convenient, I would say. A lot less, much harder to do because I've got to visit a specific clinic. Not many doctors take Medicaid, so we'll see how that works out. So the medication that I have been on within the last 2 years, I was on Cosentyx for some time. Cosentyx was a biologic injection medication, Then my dermatologist asked me if I wanted to switch over to a newer form of that stuff, which is called Skyrizi. And the Skyrizi is another biologic. You only have to take it once every 3 months. The Cosentyx I have to take once a month. And of course, if I can stick myself less frequently, then I would love to go for it. With the Skyrizi, for me, it has been effective enough to keep it from growing back and getting out of control, but it hasn't been effective in getting rid of it. So that's another thing I'd love to talk to the dermatologist again about. So yeah, it's going to be a crapshoot whether or not I am forced to go back to my old former glory, or if I can keep myself mostly clean. That's super efficient. I still wake up in a bunch of skin, in my bed. So that's always a treat. Got to vacuum and constantly clean up after myself. The job change was not COVID related. It was a dispute, mostly over. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of backstory. The former owner of the business had retired. Excuse me, I had to drink there. The former owner of the business retired. He sold the practice to his son and his son's wife. And so I would say butthurt that I wasn't even included in the decision, being the longest employee there and one of the pillars to the firm, I would say. So that caused me last year, around the time that I kind of disappeared from YouTube, a lot of stress. I had wanted to, I was hurt, I would say, and I wanted to kind of break off and kind of do my own thing. So I submitted my resignation last July, and that got some talks going. They wanted me to, they wanted me to stay on through October to help them out with the tax extension season, and I accepted, and I did that. And then towards the end of that, they tossed me an offer for increased pay and salary, and it was it was a lot of money, and it was something I just could not refuse. So I accepted that as well. So fast forward to from last October to May 17th when I was let go. I had an argument with the boss's wife, who was also a joint owner, and that kind of led to me being let go the very next day. And so, shit happens, and you move on from it. I've started my own practice, like I said, and am gaining clients, old and new, from the previous firm. They are seeking me out. I couldn't solicit to any clients while I was working there, so obviously I didn't, and I haven't solicited to any of the clients since. But several clients have reached out to me, and I've got them on my own client list now, so I'm happy about that. So that being said, that's the job situation. It's all done, and that's why going off of Medicaid, because income is unsure at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. Going on to answer another question. How's the wife and little ones? I've got 2 children now. The first one is Desmond. The second one is Evelyn. My wife is doing great. She was actually a couple of years ago, I think, was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which is kind of a shitty disease, or I don't even know what they call it, but it's a really shitty problem to have, and it really screws with people. Long story short, we're dealing with that. She's doing okay. She put on a little bit of weight because of the medication she was taking for that. And now we're in the process of kind of stopping those medications and trying alternative things. Kids are doing great. Desi's 5 now. Evelyn's 2, and they're just super smart, loving, and quite the handful too. So now that I'm unemployed, I get to see that in all its glory, and I love it. I love being a dad, and I love being at home, being able to help my kids out, and also being able to help my wife out, because she has to deal with her stuff too. So now she's also picking up a little bit of extra work. She's a doula and an artist, so she's been picking up a lot of extra work to make ends meet here, and I thank her for that, and she's doing amazing at it. But yeah, family's doing good. Super happy. We're having fun. I just taught Desi how to ride his bicycle last week. I've had him on a balance bike for the last couple of months, but now he's fully on a bicycle. He has a little bit of hard time starting up. Actually, a lot of hard time starting the bicycle, starting movement and pedaling. But once I get him going, he can stay balanced, and he can do turns, and he can do everything. And he can stop on his own as well. So that's good. Oh, thanks for the new... I have a cute profile picture. Thank you very much. I myself, since last year, I put on a whole bunch of dad bod weight. I weighed at my most 255 pounds. And that was the biggest I've ever been, and I just didn't feel healthy, didn't feel good about myself, didn't feel good about any of that. So I started just not really doing a diet or any specific thing. I started doing a little more activity. Obviously, the kids are older, and I've been playing with them a lot more. But I really just did a lot of portion control. I stopped. Joe Bradley, thank you very much. Shout out for that donation. Appreciate it. So with my I totally lost train of thought. I've never had one of those before. Somebody remind me where I was at. Oh yes, I was talking about my dad bod. So 255 pounds. 255 pounds. I was super unhappy with that in particular as well. So I did a lot of portion control with my meals and kind of just counting calories. I was still eating, whatever I wanted to eat, but just not so much of it. I lost 45 pounds in about 6 months or so by doing that. And that was, I feel great right now. I weigh 212 pounds at the moment. So I'm kind of fluctuating between 210 and 215 right now. But I think in order for me to lose more, I'm probably going to have to get a little bit more active. Hopefully, my skin is getting better as a result of being more active and eating better diets and whatnot. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. I weigh less than I did when I first had Desi back in 2016. So I'm super happy about that, and I'm planning on keeping that up because I don't want to be somebody who can't be active with my kids. How long have I been living with psoriasis? I've been living with psoriasis since probably 17, 18 years old. It's hard to pinpoint now. I don't really remember every little detail. I'm now almost 40. This year I'll be turning 40. So a lot of people would say I don't look the age, but when my hair grows out a little bit, you'll see gray hairs just spraying out like crazy. Thank you very much. I feel great. I feel that I look as great as I can at the moment. I want to lose more. I want to probably get back down maybe another 15, 20 pounds or so. That'd probably be my perfect ideal weight for myself. Who knows? Oh yeah. So that's my life in a gist for the last year. A whole bunch of stuff happened, but I want to open up the floor to everybody else. If you've got any questions, please ask them. I'm going to try to get to every single one that I can, and we'll just kind of go from there. If any of you are wanting to join in and chat live, you can log into that YouNow thing and see if join my feed there, and I can invite you into the chat if you want to talk. So we'll just go ahead and open up that floor. Okay, your boyfriend, Wendy Goodman says, your boyfriend, or my boyfriend, this and someone told him to use baby lotion and it worked. I'm not going to say it didn't work, but different things work for different people, whether or not it's psoriasis or not, who knows? It could have worked. Kat says, I'm sure Hui's tried everything under the sun. I've tried a lot of different things. I haven't tried everything. A lot of things just sound like snake oil. A lot of things just sound like crap. So I don't. I haven't. I haven't really tried everything, but I try to do my due diligence if something has some teeth to it. Brazilian wax kit. I have a brand new wax kit, a whole thing that I can melt things in, a bunch of wax. I want to try it, but I just don't have enough psoriasis at the moment to try it with. It'd kind of be pointless. I could do it. I mean, it might be funny to watch me pull my leg hairs out, but we'll see where that goes. Flex tape. I used that flex tape. Not really much on my psoriasis after that. I mean, it did work okay. But the flex tape I actually used to fix my swab cooler a couple of months back. There was a huge leak in there, and I had to dry it out. I was going to do the whole 9 yards and replace the whole thing, but I decided why not try this stuff and patch it up. So I used a combination of the flex tape and Gorilla tape. And it worked like a charm. It's not leaking. It's been leak free for a couple of months now. I'm sure it's not going to permanent fix, but it's semi-permanent enough for me. All right. What do I recommend for the itching for psoriasis? Honestly, the itching can be mitigated by keeping moisturized. Either take a bath, soak it, and try to keep it moisturized all the time. If you don't keep it moisturized, the skin is going to it's a very sensitive skin. It's gonna get dry, and it's gonna start pulling on itself. It's kind of hard to explain how it works. But the less dry it is, the less itchy it'll be. Yeah, Susie. Hi, Susie. You were concerned when I stopped posting. I was afraid that some of you guys might get concerned. I wouldn't say that there was, a lot of. It was just a lot of stress at the time. I mean, I could have had a small depression as well, and I didn't feel motivated to get on and keep talking. That combined with all the work stuff, it was just kind of it was just a weird time, and so I just kind of thought it best to just step away and hang out and do what I needed to do. It's kind of silly that I see a lot of YouTubers go on break too, and it wasn't a break because of YouTube. It was just a break because of other things that were going on that I needed to handle and get right in my head. Would I go to the Dead Sea again? Absolutely. I would definitely go back. I thought that was a great trip, very enjoyable, to kind of just sit and relax. I mean, there's not much to do out there. You just sit down, you just sit and sunbathe, and read a book and just hang out. The treatments out there, there were some of the cool treatments that they had specifically for psoriasis, like the exfoliation, the salt, and the mud baths. Those were really cool. I'm sure I could do that here somewhere. I just haven't really looked into it. I still have a bunch of mud out there that I haven't quite used, for fear of clogging up my drains. But I'll give it a shot at some point. Am I still itchy? I'm not nearly as itchy as I was in these older videos. As you can see here, just scratching this felt so good. But I'm not really nearly as itchy anymore, thankfully, because the medication is definitely helping out with that, along with keeping moisturized. I'm using a lot of lotion and oils to kind of just keep my skin in check. Daylight Queen, yeah, I'm definitely not going to just do it just for videos. I'm not that much of a masochist. Video games played recently? I've been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch lately. Since being unemployed, I've been sitting on the couch with the kids, hanging out with them. I needed something that I can pick up and put down quickly, so I've been playing on that Nintendo Switch. Monster Hunter is the game I've been playing probably for the last month or so, whenever I can. Monster Hunter, for those of you who don't know, pretty damn good game. Hunt monsters and build new weapons, and yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, what else have we got here? Am I in an area of Colorado that's in danger of wildfires? No, thankfully not. I do have a piece of land down southern Colorado, that could be in danger of wildfire. Not at the moment, but it's in a heavily wooded area. Thankfully, I don't have any home or anything on that land, but it would definitely be a terrible shame to see that go up in flames. With all the wood around, we go down there camping. We've been down there a couple times this year. We're planning on a few more times at least before the end of the year. And it's been amazing, but it would be a damn shame to see all that wood be burnt up and not really be able to use the land like I want to. This is yes, this is Bruce Lee behind me. My wife took a photo or some photo from me that she found online. Then she painted it with some weird filter over it. So that's Bruce Lee. That's my man. Someone asked if my nads were clear, and yes, they are clear, thankfully. And why do you need to know? Can I speak in a different language? I can very loosely speak in Vietnamese. Not. I can understand much better than I can speak. I'm not good at all. I can have maybe a childlike conversation with somebody and ask questions and get the points across, but I cannot converse in an eloquent manner. Okay. See, I'm itchy on my back. I'm just itchy. Not on my psoriasis, but just itchy. It's summer. It's hot. And my door's closed, so the swamp cooler isn't blowing in here. Any opinions on Tar Shampoo? I used the Tar Shampoo early on in my psoriasis career, in my life of having psoriasis. The Tar shampoos are fairly expensive, from what I remember, and they did not really help my type of psoriasis. That I don't know why, or if I just didn't use enough of it. I just didn't want to give it a go. If I wasn't seeing any immediate benefits of it, then why would I continue doing it? I maybe cut out too early, so I can't really say if it works or not. Your friend Terry says her friend uses a Gold Bond for psoriasis. I'll tell you what, this Gold Bond psoriasis cream that I purchase, probably I go through one of these once every 2 weeks or so. It's about $10, I try to using it as sparingly as I can, but this stuff really helps in keeping the area moisturized. It's got salicylic acid in it. And salicylic acid is good for helping to remove that dead skin. So that's something that it would be. I would say Gold Bond is good, and I like Gold Bond because it's super thick and it stays on for a good long time. So I definitely would recommend that to anybody who has itching problems and psoriasis problems and whatnot, just to kind of help mitigate the symptoms. It's not a cure; it just helps mitigate things. Okay, Rollock asks if I lost my job due to illness or was it choice? It was kind of by choice and by, and I was forced to as well at the same time. Like I said, I was going to resign last year back in October, but then they wanted to keep me on through this latest current tax season, and then after that they immediately released me due to a dispute that we were having. Oh, I have somebody speaking in looks like Korean or Japanese. Let me see if I can translate that real quick. So I cannot pronounce it, but the question is psoriasis okay now? Yes, my psoriasis is kind of okay. It's still there, it's still present. And I still got flakes, not nearly as big as I used to have, but it's good. What countries do I want to visit? You know what? I'm a red-blooded American. I love America, and the United States is my home, and I will always be here. That being said, the only countries that I would visit are countries that have very um, similar values as we do as well. So I visited Japan. Japan, I would definitely go back to. I loved Japan so much. Um, European countries, I probably would visit European countries. I don't think I like to go to Russia at this point in time yet. I don't know. Australia, I would like to visit at some point. That would be cool. Then, I don't really, never really had a desire to go to South or Africa at all. Never really. I'm kind of an outdoorsy type. I like being outdoors. Just that's a little extreme. Everything in Africa is trying to kill you. Lions, everything, bugs, all that stuff. So I probably stay away from that. Canada, I'd love to go visit Canada. Canada would be great. Greenland. I don't think I'd want to go necessarily to South America at all. Once again, lots of bugs, lots of rainforest and jungle. I'm more of a foresty, maybe even kind of a slight deserty kind of guy. What part of the world do I come from? My family comes from Vietnam. I am Vietnamese, but I was born here in America, so that's why I don't have much of an accent. Every now and in a while, I will stutter because speaking is probably not my forte. I never really did it much until I started doing YouTube. But hey, I'm still learning. But yeah, my parents came from Vietnam back in '75-ish, sometime around then, and yeah, I was born here, and yeah, do I ever want to go back to Vietnam? Maybe, I think I would like to go at some point, but right now, I don't really think it's in the cards for me. Trenton Mull asks, do I have arthritis together with psoriasis? I don't know. I do get aches in my bones every once in a while, my joints. But, I mean, I've never had anything that feels so bad that I need to go to the doctor to get it diagnosed as arthritis. That being said, the biologics that I've been on for the last few years, those also combat psoriatic arthritis as well. So that also could be the reason why I haven't felt much. So either way, I'm thankful for that, not having it. I hear psoriatic arthritis is just terrible. It's just like having, you've got psoriasis, but in your joints. You can't do anything about it other than, take medications for it. You know what? Alcohol. Buffalo Sabskis says, keeping my body fat low and drinking less alcohol would be the only thing that seems to work. I haven't really drank alcohol, for a very long time. I mean, I just kind of stopped drinking. Not that I was a lush before that. I would have a drink probably once a week or so. Not just a drink, but I would drink and get a little drunk once a week or so. I haven't drank at all for months now. I don't really feel a need to do so anymore. I mean, ever since becoming a dad, I've stopped all the stupid shit that I used to do, and I don't need it. I don't really need it. I enjoy it every once in a while still, just to, as a social lubricant. But I just don't need. Personally, I don't feel a need to drink. It's not something that I hate feeling like crap the next day, right? I mean, I already have enough problems as it is, Why add to it? Just to forget it for a little while, right? Skip Rock says, I used to work in an office when my psoriatic, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little extreme. That sucks. Sorry. and you gotta be careful around work when doing things like that. So he says Britain is awesome, Scotland, Ireland. I would definitely love to go visit those countries at some point. Big Hero 6, yeah, we watched Big Hero 6. I watch it with the kids probably once every couple of weeks now. I see Norma and Kat are talking about national healthcare systems and everything. I mean, now just kind of being part of the public healthcare system that we have in Colorado, which we have a pretty good one apparently. It's very limited in what they give you, and plus, a lot of places won't accept it still. So it's kind of a hard thing to balance out. Hopefully that will get hammered out in the future. I hope that people can get taken care of. But it's a far cry from what I've been used to with paid healthcare. Tyro says, "What is my favorite food? I love food. I love all sorts of food. But the two things that I always go back to, the three things I would say. I love pizza. Pizza is the bomb. I love pizza. All sorts of pizza. Spicy pizzas, pizza with pepperoni, jalapenos, and cheese. It's all good. I'll eat it all. Second is hamburgers. I love burgers. Love me a good burger. If I could find a big burger. I was watching Man vs. Food recently, and I love eating. He was eating this giant burger that just had green chilies on it and everything. It was so good. I wanted to eat it. It was like the size of my face, and I probably couldn't have finished it, but I would try. Then the third thing that I like are breakfast burritos. I love breakfast burritos. Those are one of my favorite things. Obviously, I just love a good bacon breakfast burrito. So good. Hard to mess up. Can't mess that up. Maybe you can. Oh, okay, CBD oils. Have I tried CBD oils? No, actually. CBD is super expensive. The oils and stuff, even here in Colorado. I did remember looking once, and like to get like a little bottle, that's like 30 milliliters. It was like 30 something bucks or so. Now, I guess that's not too terribly expensive because it'll last me maybe about a week or two. But it's kind of a hard thing to kind of just put that my eggs in that basket, because I guess I should have done that while I was employed just to try it out. But excuse me. But now it's kind of out of the cards. I don't want to spend the money on it yet, if I don't have to. Have I ever taken Otezla? No, I have not, Alicia. No Otezla. Isn't that the mouth pill that you can take for psoriasis? No, I've never tried that. Since I've been on biologics, I never had the need to. Welcome everybody who's just joining us. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, Cosentyx and Skyrizi are the medications that I'm on. I just currently took my latest Skyrizi dose about 2 weeks ago. So that's just going to last me another 2.5 months. So I'm not going to hopefully have a crazy outbreak of psoriasis soon. But I will have enough to make some small videos here and there. So did anybody else join me here on YouNow? No, just a couple people popping in here and there. Have I been trampolining? Have I ridden a motorcycle? Never ridden a motorcycle. I'd like to at some point, but yeah, I don't think I'd ever really own one or use one on a regular basis. Trampolining, that's kind of an odd question, but I did just give away a trampoline that my son had that was given to him. He didn't use it anymore. It's just taking so much space on my patio. I got rid of it. So wow, so many people here. I'm so thankful that you guys are still following me here. I will definitely be doing more stuff here and there. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other questions that you may have? Some hobbies that I've been into lately. I've been getting into. I like watching a lot of survival shows. If any of you have ever seen that Alone show on History Channel, that's one of my favorite shows. And so I like that kind of survival-y stuff or bushcrafty stuff or whatever. That's why I bought my land. That's why I want to do stuff out there. Been enjoying that a lot. Getting a lot of outdoor time. But some of the hobbies that I've been doing here at home, I've been throwing knives. I like throwing knives. I built my own little target. You can hear my kids screaming in the background. I've been throwing knives, not necessarily getting good, but I can make them stick pretty well, and that's been enjoyable. Stephen B, I've been where have I been? I've been taking a super long break from everything that I like to do, even YouTube. Other hobbies, bow and archery, bow making and archery. I've been shooting bow and arrow for about, I don't know, 5-10 years now, and I really like it. And it's been a while since I've been able to do that before I bought my land. But now I'm actually trying to start bow making. So that's kind of a fun thing that I've been doing. Haven't completed one yet. Just been trying to do it in between hanging out with the kids, and whenever we go out in the backyard and play, I try to do a little bit of work here and there. That's been fun. Thanks, Stephen B. It's good to be back. I missed you guys. I missed talking. I missed showing off my psoriasis. And hopefully everybody's good. Oh yeah, Joe Robinette. Robinette. I saw him, and he's pretty. I remember him on the show. He was really good. Or wasn't he the one that lost his fire starter? I think that's what happened. But I remember I watched some of his YouTube channels. He's got good stuff. I mean, that kind of stuff can happen to anybody. I mean, especially in a survival type thing. You know, that sucks to lose anything, but you're not in the right state of mind too. You're trying to survive. So for those of you who are just joining us, my skin is a lot better. I'll show you off my arm here. I'll show you my legs later. We'll unveil that. But yeah, as you can see, it's much less red and much less flaky, or not so much skin on top. Who killed Epstein? I don't know, but we do know he was murdered, right? Carol, I hope to keep updating you guys. I definitely want to. It's just something that we'll play by ear, as we go. I may take short breaks here and there, but maybe I'll let you know before I do. Dreamer Hutch, I've just been taking a super long break. So let's watch some videos together, and maybe we can comment. What the heck is this video? Let's go back to my channel. Oh yeah. I remember this one. This one is when I lubed up. I moisturized my skin, I think in Vaseline. I can't remember. And then it just kind of turned this stuff into. It turned my skin into kind of a paper, or even cellophane, I guess. And you can just see it just peeling right up. This is one of my favorite times of peeling that off. Yeah, let's turn up the sound a little bit. I don't think there's any sound, and it's
so
kind of.
Basically, we're gonna get to the rest of the leg.
Oh yeah, I sped this video up for some reason. No idea.
Again, in this video, I am using more Vaseline to moisturize this layer of skin, and it will build up.
You see this little cut right here? This little cut, that's not a cut. That's for letting my psoriasis dry too much. That little scab there, I would say, was from my skin just pulling itself apart because it was so dry. So that's why I say you got to keep it moisturized. If you don't keep it moisturized, your skin will split, and it will bleed, and it's hurt. It'll hurt a lot. It's very painful.
Skin cracks due to the dry skin that I've been dealing with.
Vision Quest asks, "Will I run my business out of my home or rent an office?" Um,
All of my treatments.
I'm currently working out of my home. The goal is to try to keep overhead down to a minimum, so I don't have to pay too much. If I've got to rent an office, I will, but I don't think I will have to. A lot of the clients that I do have, I've got about 50 clients right now that are going to be following me. The unfortunate problem is that I've done their tax returns for the year. So unless they need other advice or services, I can't really get much more income from them at all.
Pretty much any day.
Will I take on a partner? I've always wanted to have an actual partner to come along with, because I'm not one of the guys that wants to go out and get certified, become a full-on CPA or anything. So I've been doing this for a long time. I don't need any of those certifications to do what I'm doing, but there are people that like to see those certifications, and whether or not I want them as clients or not, that's another thing. Because different people who want certain things, they will look for that CPA title, and that might be more people that generally look for that are high maintenance clients, and I don't want difficult high maintenance people. I want people who are realistically are regular people, just trying to learn a little bit about how to get ahead on their taxes and how to help manage their business and their books. That's those are the kind of clients I want. I don't want people who are already established. I don't want people who are making millions and millions of dollars already. Those people can go and hire firms that have an army of accountants to help them out. That's not the client I'm looking for. Okay, looks like somebody's communicating to me in Russian. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, he just some comments that say, "Why am I not disgusted? Am I mad?" No, you're not mad. It's perfectly natural to watch weird stuff like this, and it's good to learn about it. I like to. I always said that I started my channel just to show. I was so frustrated with my skin. I just wanted to show people what I had to deal with, and you know what? It just opens up your mind to new possibilities. Okay, you could just if you want to watch this stuff just to learn it, or if you watch this stuff because it satisfies some sort of curiosity that you have, hey, more power to you. So you don't gotta feel bad about it. Have I ever found removal to help or be unproductive? Removing the skin as such is okay. So there. It's a double-edged blade, so to speak. Removing the skin is helpful from a mental standpoint, where it's good to get this crap off of your body. If you can kind of see what I mean. It feels good to remove it, because this dead skin doesn't allow your skin below to breathe or feel normal. It hinders the feeling in the skin. So yes, removing it is great. It's kind of blissful for the moments that it is removed, because your air is just taking it. Your skin is just taking a deep breath of air as soon as you take it off, and then for a few days before it regenerates and just gets another layer on it, it feels great. So yes, it's helpful in that aspect. The downside of removing the skin like this, as you can see, there is a little bit of bleeding here and there. Okay, and that in and of itself, psoriasis generally shows up in areas where your skin has been injured. Okay, so reason for that is your skin gets injured there, and it gets inflamed, right? Any cut that you've ever had usually will get a little bit inflamed because more blood is going to rush to it and try to help repair it. Well, same thing here. That's why the psoriasis can present itself in injuries. Did this hurt in this video when I did this? Absolutely not. None of this hurt. I had soaked everything in Vaseline. It was coming off just like you would be pulling apart, pulling shrink wrap off of a new toy. There's no pain involved. In fact, it feels good to remove it, as I was saying before. Susie asks, "Have I ever thought about becoming a financial planner?" No, I don't think so. I'm no spring chicken anymore. So I think, I'm just going to continue on doing this, doing tax preparation and advising to people who are starting small businesses, to people who just need help with their taxes. That's probably something I'll do for the rest of my career, at the very least. Lars says that he missed my videos. He has psoriasis in his ear canal and it itches like hell. You know what? I have that too in my ear canals, or I used to. And yeah, it itches like hell, and when you scratch it off, it kind of gets a little sore in there too. But it's so great to get that crap out. I don't want it falling into my ear and getting stuck either. Susie, I'm thinking of, I don't want a lot of clients, and that's where one of the mindsets, my mindset versus what my previous firm had in different. We thought of differently. So they wanted to continue growing and grow the business so big that it essentially would just become, in my eyes, it would just become another H&R Block or some corner store shop that just did as many taxes as they could without providing the proper service to their clients. Now, I don't think they wanted to necessarily go that way, but that's how they are. That's the direction that they were heading. So we had way too many clients and couldn't handle it. All the clients in a timely manner, and we sold a bill of goods that we were the family practice, that we wanted to help people and get everything in order so that they can do their taxes, do their businesses, run their businesses properly. And the problem with that is that we just had too many clients that we couldn't service properly, and with the quality of service that I wanted to provide. I couldn't. So we dropped a lot of balls, and tax returns were waiting to be done, weeks in advance, weeks delayed from the initial quoted time frame. So that, in my eyes, is just not a good practice and not a good place to go. So that's one of our differing points in working with that other firm. And I do want to limit myself because I don't know how many clients I'm going to be getting. Like I said, I had done all the taxes for the majority of my clients this year already while I was with the other firm. Now, come next year, right around the same time, a lot of these clients usually are just tax clients. They come in and they come get taxes done from me. They get their yearly advice from me, and then they move on. Come this time next year, not this time next year, but come the beginning of next year, they're going to be looking to do their taxes again. And when they find out that I'm not working with that old firm, they're going to come seeking me out. And that's like 200, 300 plus clients that we're talking here. So that alone would be more than enough for me to handle with the proper level of quality that I want to give to my clients. So I don't want to overwhelm myself by advertising and flooding myself with clients to do it. I'm a comfort guy. I don't need a lot of money. I need enough to get by. I need enough to provide for my family. I'm not greedy. I don't want every little bit of cash that I can scrounge up. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think I want to necessarily advertise yet. I might put up a website, but I will make it very specific or very clear that I'm not just taking anybody as a client. More people just joining us here. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming by. Where have I been? I've been taking a long break. A lot of crap has been going on this last year. Crap, good stuff, everything. And I just I didn't have much psoriasis to show off, so that's why I stopped. So welcome. Yeah. Don't see myself as old at 40. I don't really see myself as old. I mean, sure, maybe I've got another 50 years to go, hopefully. That'd be great. I don't really see myself as old. I'm young at heart, really, and that's all that matters. I just want to. I want to have a good life. I want to enjoy my life. And now that I'm unemployed, it has opened up so many ideas, so many doors that previously have just been closed by my own volition. I close these doors because I'm like, okay, I've got this job that I've got to worry about constantly. I'm so thirsty talking so much. I've got this job that I've got to worry about constantly, and I've got so much work that I've got to do. I can't think of anything else. I had no bandwidth, so to speak, to do much else, including my psoriasis videos. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been such a breath of fresh air, actually. So, like I said, in not working anymore at a real job has really opened up quite a bit of possibilities, and who knows what's going to happen. If I put up a website, I will definitely let you guys know. I can do taxes nationwide. That may not necessarily be the best option, but most taxes are pretty simple. But if you have a very in-depth situation, then you may consider finding a tax professional in your area who knows your state taxes best. Hey Flugly, welcome back. I'm just watching some videos and catching up, and I'm answering questions and just hanging out. Cassie, I'm glad to be back. Thank you for sharing my videos. I appreciate you. Who else is having the chat? Anybody else in chat have psoriasis? I mean, I haven't really asked about you guys much. Anybody? And if you do have psoriasis, how bad is it? Tell me how bad it is. Alan, the kids are doing great. They're in the other room yelling right now. I'm sure you can hear them every once in a while. They're hanging out with their mom right now. Cassie, scalp psoriasis in a breakout. I'm sorry. That sucks. I hated the scalp psoriasis the most out of all of my psoriasis types. Well, I guess anything on my head I always hated, because that's what people look at when you meet people, right? And it was always it was hard to kind of get over having psoriasis on your head. So I hope for the best for you. Try to get some medication that you can put on it if you can. Shampoos and whatnot. There's all sorts of things out there. If you can afford it, or if your insurance will cover it, that would be the best option to start. But yeah, get that taken care of, and keep your chin up. Hi, Joyce. Joyce Tamu says it's a bit dangerous doing this if you have diabetes. Joyce, yeah, I'm sure doing something like that with other underlying conditions can be troubling. You know what they say about psoriasis is that it usually has a comorbidity. Comorbidities, just other diseases. It comes along with other. What's the word I'm looking for? Other immune system problems. So definitely, you don't want to do the stuff that I'm doing without consulting your doctors first. It's definitely not one of those things that you want to be messing with. Yes, Sarah, I'm not sure if you can see this on my little screen here. Let's just go over here real quick. My psoriasis is doing much better. This is just my arm. My legs look a lot like this. It's a little bigger, but the amount of psoriasis is about the same. Eczema. Eczema sucks because I hear eczema just itches crazily because your skin is not necessarily regenerating. You don't got a bunch of dead skin on top. Your skin is just inflamed and just itchy and dry, and it sucks. I think my daughter Evelyn has some eczema right now, which leads us into another topic, right? I think a lot of you were asking me questions back in the old days of, hey, would I be worried about having kids because I might pass it on to my kids? And I've never been worried about it one bit. I'd always hoped that if they don't get psoriasis, but if they do, I could help them understand that it's not the end of the world. It's not that bad of a thing. You can live with it. You can meet somebody who loves you for who you are, and not what your skin may or may not look like. And yeah, you can live a great full life with psoriasis. It's not the end of the world. I mean, there are so many worse things out there, but this is it's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's not as bad as you may make it out to be. So I'd like to teach my kids that if they do happen to have it. Hydrodentis suppurativa. I think I've heard of that on Dr. Pimple Popper. That isn't that where your skin just gets super inflamed and like pussy, Susie? Scalp psoriasis is often seborrheic eczema. I mean, a lot of these skin problems are very similar, for sure, or at least have similar symptoms. Yep, that's my Bruce Lee pick. Right, this one, yeah. Does my son have it? My son doesn't have any skin problems currently, just my daughter. The kids, of course, love Minecraft. Me and my wife played Minecraft for a long time. She still plays it. I don't necessarily play it all that much, but it was kind of my introduction into the survival video game genre. I love those survival video games. That's probably my top genre these days. Back when I was a kid, I used to love real-time strategy games, like Warcraft and StarCraft and other things like that. Coconut oil does help, Lars. It's just a moisturizer. It doesn't, and it's also got antifungal properties. So yeah, it helps overall. But it doesn't. It's not a cure. Nothing. I mean, there's no cure. Otherwise, they would have found it by now. Gaelic Queen, you've had scalp psoriasis. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that. Psoriasis and the scalp sucks. And it's so hard to treat too, because unless you're willing to shave your head down, you can't really fully treat it properly because your hair kind of gets in the way and soaks up whatever topical cream or shampoo that you're trying to put on. So it gets more expensive because you've got to use more of it to get onto your scalp, and I feel sorry for those of you who have long hair with it. That's kind of it's shitty to have. It's real bad. Alan asked, "Do I play Fortnite?" I played Fortnite for about maybe an hour. Not my kind of game. I don't really like to play super competitive games anymore. One game that I used to play was called Dota 2. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. It's a very competitive and toxic community, and I would get these raging stomach cramps every time I played it. I tried playing it once. I quit playing that game, probably about 3 years ago. Then I played it once within the last 6 months, and immediately those stomach cramps started again because my muscle memory, my body just was like, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. And I was hurting for the next 2 hours after that. So I'm thinking it caused an ulcer or something. I don't know. Never had an ulcer diagnosed, but it felt like what that might feel like. Sports games. I don't really play many sports games. I'm not a big fan of sports. I watch football. I follow the Broncos, the Denver Broncos. I used to follow the Colorado Avalanche. I don't really follow sports at all. I used to love my favorite. Actually, sorry. Let me go back into the sports thing. UFC. I like watching UFC. One of my buddies, former colleague at the old firm, we watch UFC together, and that's super fun. And I used to watch UFC when I was a kid, the earlier days of UFC, where there were like no rules or anything like that. I like where UFC has gone, and it's pretty cool. And it's super fun to watch, and I like kind of following that. So that's something I've been into. So now back to the video game part. I don't really like many. I don't really like any. I used to play a lot of FIFA. I liked soccer, sports games on consoles and whatnot. But yeah, that kind of stopped. See, as you can see in this video, I'm bleeding a whole lot, and I'm just using my fingers to pick. This one I don't think I lubed it up all that much, or as long as I did. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about is like back when I was before I stopped posting videos last year, YouTube was just being such a pain in my ass. They were flagging all my videos. They were just flagging a bunch of old videos too, or somebody was. I don't know what was happening. So that kind of contributed to my demotivation from making videos, because they would not only demonetize them, they would also completely not allow them to be played at all, and they would just be flagged, or I'd get a strike and I'd have to appeal to it. And it was just such a pain in the butt, and so that kind of contributed to my disappearance for this last year as well. So that might happen for this stream. Who knows? They haven't cut me off yet because I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just watching these other videos. So maybe that's a thing. WWE. Oh, I used to watch WWF back in the days, and ooh, that was my favorite. Back in the Hulk Hogan days, Ultimate Warrior, million. What was his name? The $1 Million Man. Ted DiBiase. Yeah, I'm an old school WWF fan. I think I just stopped watching it because maybe I got older. It was just not readily accessible, I guess. So I kind of stopped. Watch the comb videos with a scalp. What comb videos? Which one? Let's see what I've got. That's one of the old ones, isn't it? I really didn't like those comb videos that I did because I didn't get the small tooth combs. I think they called them lice combs or something like that. I should have gotten some. But my scalp has been clear for a number of years now. Man, look at these old videos. I think this was one of my first big videos that I made. What, people are doing fake dandruff videos? I can't say I've ever heard of that. Then again, I don't necessarily go searching for too much yet, or these days. How's the other, I think there was another guy that was doing, he had seborrheic dermatitis or something. His name was, I can't remember. But he was a really nice guy. Thought I might do some collaborations with him at some point, or just talks together. But we kind of lost touch since I kind of disappeared for that last year. Yeah, this is that's my old classic knife. I think I still have it right here. So yeah, I still have my old trusty DPXS. This was my first fixed knife that I bought since I started buying knives again. And I think I bought this. Obviously, this video was in 2013. I think I bought this probably 2010 or so. But yeah, this was my first knife and the one that I use for pretty much all my scraping videos. I tried to use a few different ones here and there, but this one has always served me best for psoriasis, and the nice black coating is helpful too to kind of see the flakes. Now, yeah, especially with the knife videos like this, those have always, I think those just get automatically flagged by the computer system, and it just they immediately kind of have to review my videos instantly as soon as I upload them. Sounds like my kids are getting into trouble out there. I was thinking about taking some of these old videos and compiling them together, maybe making some just videos of the scraping sounds, the sounds of scraping, and just posting those up for people who like to go to sleep to it. I know a lot of people like to just hear that stuff, too. No matter what the method is or what tool I'm using, it's all the same. I'm just peeling up flakes. Some tools work better than others. Tweezers here. Tweezers are actually hard to work with on psoriasis. Susie, yeah, I agree with you. I think there's somebody that's just either trolling me or some mom that saw her kids randomly watching one of my videos. Just decided to take it upon herself to flag my videos without really understanding the whole situation. A guy using a big knife to cut off foot calluses? Alright, I've got to see something like that. What's okay, so let's just do knife, foot, callus. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, there's a bunch of doctor videos here. Ew. Using a cheese grater? That's dangerous, though. That's even more dangerous than using my knives. But, let's see how this guy does it. Hey CJ, thanks. It's good to be back, man. Sergio, same to you, man. Yes, Daily Queen. I will be saving this to the channel to watch later. For anybody else who missed it, or anybody else who missed, catching up or answering maybe some of the questions that have already been answered. Yeah, my feet have never been this cracked. My feet do get dry, and I do get cracks every once in a while. That's extreme, though. Look at that.
Probably looks like a tool that they use maybe at a, somewhere you may get a pedicure done.
Okay, that's not a cheese grater. That's a pedicure grater. So obviously it's not going to go at as deep of an angle and cut out as much.
We actually got this idea from a podiatrist.
I'm doing quite good, thanks. Is it illegal for me to use these other videos in my streams? I don't know. I see other people doing it, so why not?
So it gave me the idea. I remember seeing one of these at home that my wife uses.
Oh, Never Ending Callus is the name of that video. We'll check it out. Let me see. I want to skip to this guy.
How this thing will be for a lot of people, but
I want to see how this works for him.
you just kind of go at it, just like you would some cheese. And it actually does work pretty well. I'll show you here in just a moment.
You know, it's so satisfying to kind of just see people get these things cleaned up. You know, we've discovered something here together between our community and other people joining the community. It's amazing just to kind of see things like this just get taken care of. It looks a lot better. It's just kind of like the pet egg,
2 seconds off of 1 foot.
but a little more of a professional grader type thing.
So, anyways, this thing works pretty well. Now, I guess you can.
Cassie, there's still plenty of old videos for you to watch. I'm sure by the time you get through them all, you'll forget about the first one and it'll be just like new.
I didn't, so this is where I'm at, using a cheese grater.
Okay, Never Ending Callus video. Oh, that's yeah, this guy's got some stuff. Jeez. That is insane. See what I'm talking about? It's like, you know, this surprises me, yet some people, you know, people would watch my videos and be like, holy crap, what the heck is that? This guy's got, definitely got some other issues. I don't know what's going on with this. Why is it all yellow? Is it because he soaked it in something before? That is intense. I mean, clearly he's got a pretty good guide to not cut into his living tissue. Because if it looks like butter, then he's still not into any blood vessels. That is so crazy, though, the texture of that. All right, he's got my vote. I'll subscribe to this. Wow. That's intense. I mean, that surprises me so much that it doesn't, you know, at least the outer layers don't necessarily fall off on their own. It honestly looks like it's petrified or mummified to his skin. It's just attached, and that skin just will not dry out. So I can't explain it. It kind of defies all of my psoriasis knowledge and living with psoriasis and how the skin usually reacts. Maybe I don't have any psoriasis on the soles of my feet, so maybe that's a different thing. Because maybe I could get these calluses too. Mr. Feet Stuff, yeah, I remember him back in the day. I don't think he really put out too many videos though, did he? But he seemed to be like pretty old and probably not in that great a health overall. So hopefully he's still with us, but that's probably why he's no longer doing videos. Well, you know, he's doing a great job on his own. You know, so why do you need a doctor who's never really dealt with the thing to do it for you? You know, when you can do it, and you can do it without having to pay somebody to do it. You know, every single doctor that I've been to has known about psoriasis, but they've just, like, they haven't had many people that they've treated or even cared to, like, you know, investigate and learn on their own. Even a lot of the dermatologists that I have, they know of the treatments and they know all this stuff, but none of them have ever truly studied it specifically. And so it's just kind of like you're going to somebody who knows a little bit about it and can give you treatments for it. That's it. They're not experts in psoriasis. I mean, I would consider myself a bigger expert than a lot of these doctors who are doctors. But not that I'm going to prescribe anything or give any advice, medical advice to anybody. But yeah, I've got a lot more experience with it than they do. Yes, I would love to go back to the Dead Sea someday. You know, it was a cool experience, and it was very relaxing and chill. And whether or not I get all of the services, I would get some of the treatments out there, not all of them. Man, this is crazy. He's just shaving it off. It looks like wax. None of my psoriasis flakes or anything ever look like wax. That is crazy. Does anybody know how long it takes for his calluses to grow back? I mean, I'd imagine this is each video is long, has a long gap of time in between. I've got to imagine, just because how much he's shaving off too. Thanks for joining me, Cassie. If you got to run, have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Too Much Hair is another great channel for scalp psoriasis. We'll check that out here next. All right, man, this is crazy. That's an insane amount of callus, and he lives true to his name, never-ending callus. I like it. I dig it. I love people with a sense of humor that can joke about themselves. Look at his nails too. You see how his nails are super thick? That's also even his thumbnails. Right there. That's crazy. So you know, I kind of had a similar thing going on with my nails whenever I was not on psoriasis. The nail bed, the soft tissue underneath the nail, it expands and grows and starts deforming your nails. So this is an extreme case of that. You can see that his nails are absolutely afflicted by whatever he's got going on. That's really, really crazy. You know, my grandma, I remember my grandma back in the day when I was younger, I would cut her nails for her. She had the exact same problem with her nails as this guy does too. They were super thick. I had to use like one of those nail clippers that look like pliers to cut them. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and watch these again at some point. This is good stuff. This is good YouTube, right? This is what we're all here for. Palmoplantar keratoderma. So palmoplantar keratoderma. That's a mouthful. Thanks for looking that up, Susie. That's insane. Like butter. All right, let's check out a few other things while we're here. Okay, Too Much Hair. This is scalp psoriasis. Oh, is this the lady who does hair for people and she cleans out their psoriasis? That one doesn't look too crazy. Let's find one that's a lot of nasty stuff. Okay, it's gotta be, let's just pick one of the other ones up here. Snowflakes, Blizzard Special. Snowflake Special Blizzard, actually.
The scalp, just like I can't wait for my client to come so you can see what her hair's gonna look like. So I was really looking forward to this particular client coming. In some of the slow-mo clips, I was able to keep a little bit of the audio so you could hear some of that scratching. Oh my god, you guys, she had so much build-up. It was amazing. I was so jealous that I couldn't get in there and scratch that thing like I wanted to. Look at my little finger. I'm trying to get it, but I'm like, okay, get away, get away. This isn't your client.
Man, it's all clumped up in there too. I'm sure with the curly hair and whatever's going on there, it just gets tangled up and stuck.
You guys experience her scratched out for a little bit, and if you're really quiet, you can hear a little bit of the scratch noises in some of the slow-mo clips. I'll be back in just a moment.
That's so much. I mean, I remember having a lot like that, but my hair is so straight. I mean, I got that straight Asian hair. It just comes, usually just falls out on its own. Scratch and patch on too much hair. Let's see that one. Oops, I don't want to add a bookmark. I want to scratch. How about patch? Scratch patch 2, scratch patch 1. Alright. What is that? What is going on here? What is that stuff? Is that flakes? Looks like somebody grabbed a bottle of Vaseline and just smothered it in there. It's all gunky. Oh no, those are flakes. Just a big chunk of it. Wow. Once again, super curly hair. Man, I feel sorry for you guys with the curly hair. That's got to be a pain, big pain. And when I say I feel sorry for you, I mean I feel your pain, and I can amplify that pain and imagine what it kind of feels like. Look at that! The comb. I mean, those flakes are so embedded into the tangled in the hair that the comb can't even pull them out. You need a more heavy duty comb. Man. That's insane. That's intense. Well, you know what? I think we've got something here. I mean, if you guys want to, come back, I'll probably do this maybe once a week or so. I want to, maybe we just watch videos together, hang out, and chat. I love this stuff. That's why I do it myself. This is cool. Renato, yeah, I'm still on the biologic treatment. It's called Skyrizi is the one I'm using right now. Holy cow. Yeah, look at that chunk. The comb doesn't stand a chance. Alright guys, well, I think the kids are getting a little restless out there. I'm going to go out and play with them. But thank you very much for the warm welcome back. It was a pleasure coming back, and I look forward to spending more time with you, putting out more videos as I can. For now, I think I'm going to keep it to kind of streaming until I can, until I maybe grow more skin patches, or I'll try to do a couple of videos here and there, but it's not all that much. It's not as good as it used to be. and I'm happy about that. I like that, but it's not as interesting to look at either. So we'll give it a shot and see what that looks like. But for now, I think I'm gonna have to cash out. I will see you guys in the next stream next week, or even sooner. I'll shoot out a little notification and let you know. But this was fun. I appreciate everything, and we'll leave it at that. We'll see you next time. Oh man, it's so hard to look away. Thank you, Susie. It was so good to see you again. You too, Alan. Take care. Okay. I gotta go now. Promise. Bye-bye.